Peace, family. Peace, peace, peace. I hope you guys are having such a glorious day. Okay. If not, do understand and get that your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. Got to download. Okay. And listen, the chat is open for you guys to send me gifts. Oh, chill. We moving and grooving. Let me tell you something. If you are a person that feels like that you should not be paid for your gifts, okay, this may not be the channel for you, okay? Because I do know to be true, you help enough people get what they want. In the words of Zig Ziglar, you automatically get what you want, okay? Now, I got a download to do this video about seeking validation, okay? You been validated. Let's be clear. Let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about this, okay? Because you've been seeking validation and you've been hoping and praying that people would like you. And it all starts when you was a child, right? You may have oftentimes heard your family say that, why can't you be like the other kids, right? And no matter how many times you try to be like the other kids, it just seemed like something was off. It seemed like, like you wasn't created to be like the other kids. Okay. You was created to stand out. You was created to be unique. Okay. And or growing up, you may have heard this time and time again, right? Some people may have even called you weird. Okay, they may have looked at you different because they say you just not like, you strange. You just won't be like everybody else. Well, let me tell you something. It's good that you're not like everybody else. Because if you're like everybody else, guess what? You're going to get the same exact thing that everybody else gets. Okay. You don't want to be a sheep, all right? Being ready to be slaughtered, okay? You don't want to be like the sheep. You wasn't created to be a sheep, okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this story. I thought this was worth sharing. I posted this on my TikTok and then I posted it on here. When you are looking for people's validation of you, let me tell you something. You are going to be up and down because man is not consistent. Okay. God is consistent, but man is not consistent. Man is wish-washy. Okay. 1 minute they like you, they love you, you the best person in the world. Okay. They don't see no wrong with you. Go against something that they believe. Go against a belief system that they have embedded in them and see if you still that image that they held of you. Okay. I never want anybody to feel like I'm a guru or anything like that. I don't look at me like that. Okay. Because I just recommend books. Okay. I read the books. I do this stuff in the books, whatever. And I can suggest what helped me change my life and what continuously helped me change my life. But that's it. Okay. Now I remember this young lady, okay, this was around the time I was going to be monetized, okay, on YouTube. And I remember this lovely young lady, she would always post stuff up under my videos. Oh, you so motivational, you are inspiration. And, I was just that girl, okay, in her eyes. Well, the time came, I posted something she didn't like. Okay, I guess it hurted her ego. Okay, and I was no more an inspiration, no more motivation. She called me a name, okay, and told me something. I don't quite remember exactly word for word, but the point of the matter is this, okay. Say if I seeked her validation, you know, what that would have done to me, I would have felt like what she said was true. But, oh, but, can I show you something, okay? But through this studying, okay, from the Read and the Four Agreements, okay, by Don Miguel. Ooh, jail, take nothing personal. Let me just read. Do you mind? Okay, you got time. All right, let me just read this real quick because maybe this will help you out in your life. All right, because it definitely helped me out. Listen. Okay, I think it's chapter 3. No, chapter 3. Yes, chapter 3. Okay. Ooh, child. Now imagine if I listened to what she said, okay? I probably wouldn't be on here. Probably would have said, you know what? Okay, probably would have took a few days off, but I kept showing up. You know why? Because her perception of me is none of my business. Her opinion of me is none of my business. Now she thought it would be cute to write it in the chat, you know, and tell me exactly what she felt about me, you know, after I didn't, you know, after I was in I guess like a person that she felt was everything what her belief systems have conditioned her to believe. Okay. And when people feel like, oh, you're not what I thought you was. You're gonna be every name in the book. And that's why I always recommend these books, because these are books that helps me. Okay. I constantly read. I will forever be a student of life. Forever be a student of life. But let me just go ahead and read this. Okay. If I let me see, I can find it. Hold on. Okay. Don't take anything personally. Okay. I want you to really pay attention to that word. All right. To that sentence. Don't take anything personally. The next 3 agreements are really born from the first agreement. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Using an earlier example, if I see you on the street and I say, hey, you are stupid without knowing you, it's not about you, it's about me. If you take it personally, then perhaps you believe you are stupid. Maybe you think to yourself, how does he know? Is he clairvoyant? Or can everybody see how stupid I am? You take it personally because you agree with whatever was said. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you are trapped in the dream of hell. What causes you to be trapped is what we call personal importance. Personal importance, or taking things personally, is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. During the period of our education or our domestication, we learn to take everything personally. We think we are responsible for everything. Me, always me. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. I hope that helps you. Okay. If you're a person low self-esteem, I want you to get this book. Let me tell you something. You ain't getting a book for me. You getting a book for you. Okay. Because in order for you to get something different, guess what? You got to do something different, my friend. If you are waiting for someone to come save you, guess what? No one's coming. Okay. And so you have to start doing the work on yourself. And what do I mean by the work? Okay. What do I mean? Because you guys, you know, I remember Missy Yana, I used to listen to her show, well, watch her show. And I remember she would say, do the work. And I always used to say, what work is she talking about? The work is you have to study. Well, in my opinion, I'm guessing that's what she meant. Okay, you have to start reprogramming yourself. You have been given this false belief of yourself. Okay, this false self-image. that you show up with each and every day. You think that is you. In fact, you believe it so much that you continuously do the same exact thing. And someone along the way, whether with your parents, during the domestication period, when you was a child, even in your mama's womb, okay, have came along, convinced you that you are this, okay? But what about what God said you was? What about what you was created to be? What about all the times you receive a download for you to do something, your intuition? Some of you guys, you really trip me out at times, okay? Because some of you guys, you say things like, "Oh, well, I wish my life would change. I wish I would get a sign." You get a sign, I can almost assure you, several times a day. But if you don't follow up with it, guess what? That sign, which is called the intuition, it start diminishing. Okay. The sign you get is for you to do something different, whether it's for you to go to this new store, okay, whether it's for you to go to this part, whatever it is, that gut feeling, you know, the gut feeling, the one that you hear and you say, that don't make sense. Why would I do that? That feeling, that's the feeling I'm talking about. And you don't listen to it. And so you and you done brought into this system where so you say, well, God is going to come and save me. God is going to come from heaven and do the work for me. No. That's not how this here things work. God worked through you. Okay. But if you are a lazy couch potato eating something, okay, and you just sit on the sofa all day and you just expect that God is just going to change your life because, you've been taught that, good luck to you. Ask yourself this question. Now, you could write whatever it is you want in the chat. I don't care. But ask yourself this, and you can't know one but yourself, because at the end of the day, when you look in that mirror, remember the eyes are the windows to the soul. You know if you are living purposeful. You know if you are doing the thing that you was created to do. You know if you like the way your life is going or not. You can smile all day like the damn Joker. I really don't care. But the question is, do you like what is showing up in your life? Do you like it? Because I know years ago, I would go in the bathroom and I would just keep saying the same thing. I know I did not come here for this. Didn't quite know what this was, conditioned to believe that you just a number, conditioned to believe that, you just came here to work and pay bills and, make other people rich and, just conditioned to believe that. And then I started realizing, and this was before my spiritual awakening or whatever it is, this was before 2018. And I knew it was something other than that in me. And so I just would go in the bathroom. I always would have epiphanies. And I would say, I know I didn't come here for this. Don't quite know what I came here for. But I know what I have been conditioned to believe. It is not this. It felt like the same exact thing I was doing over and over on repeat. Like a hamster on a wheel. Just running, but not getting anywhere. And when you ask questions like that, or when you make statements like that, I know I didn't come here for this. You will receive an answer what you came here for. Because after that, I never forgot. I was listening to rapper B.O.B. And B.O.B., he had like a lot of stuff on YouTube. It's not here any longer, but he had so much stuff on spirituality. And one of the things he said was to pray. I mean, not to pray, to meditate. Okay, to meditate. And I said, meditate. Now, it came up before for me to meditate. I was going to therapy, and, the therapist I had, I guess I was too much for her. She looked at me and said, "What you do when you get like this?" Right? And she said something about meditation, and also that it was things that was on YouTube, like sound frequencies that I can listen to. And at that time I just was like, man, I ain't doing that. And I started meditating, started going within. And I never forgot, I received a download. Help people get out the matrix. Now, I didn't know, okay, if I heard that or not, or if that was just something that I made up, okay. But the truth of the matter was, I wasn't watching the Matrix. I mean, I seen the Matrix years ago, but I wasn't watching it at this time. When you get those downloads, sometimes you say, did I really hear that? Or is this, did I really hear that? Right. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know exactly what it was going to look like for me to do video. But one of the things I said, well, you're such a powerful creator. Okay, you're such a powerful creator that you can use your imagination. Yeah, imagination. Let me tell you something, okay? Now, you've been conditioned, don't use the imagination when you went to school, okay? Stop daydreaming and all this other stuff, right? But you better use your imagination, okay? The imagination is a powerful thing. And so I just got creative. I was already doing this stuff behind the scenes. In fact, I was already, reading some of the books and stuff like that, listening to personal development. In fact, it became so embedded in me. I was doing Uber. And I remember when the passengers would get in a car, I didn't know exactly what to say to them, but, hey, you doing? How's your day going? And I would constantly have personal development playing, constantly. And it opened up a gateway for us to have a dialogue. And it didn't matter what their profession was. It didn't matter what background they came from. Okay, even wealthy people, okay. It didn't matter. You know why? Because they still have the human connection, okay? Although we are spirits, okay? But we are still all relatable to one another. And you may think like, oh, well, I can't relate to this person. This person, they can't relate. Listen, we are all relatable. And there's a such thing as oneness, okay? To think that you are separated from anyone, I don't care what skin color it is, I don't care, okay? To think that you are separated is an illusion, is the biggest illusion ever, okay? And so I just wanted to come on here. I wanted to, stop by and show you guys, okay? I highly recommend you get these books. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Don't be the person that say, oh, well, I'm going to change. You know what? Yeah, next year is going to be just like this year, okay? Now, if you don't like what this year has revealed to you, okay, you can step into your psychic abilities and predict. It's very easy. You can predict. Yes, you can predict. What I'm doing today, will my future self thank me? Did I do these same exact things last year? Well, honey, let me tell you something. If you did the same exact thing last year, I'm here to tell you that next year is going to be pretty much the same, okay? Because change does not come by. Do not come by. You saying, I don't like my life. I mean, that's a start. You may not like what's showing up in your life. Let's say you don't like what's showing up. And change definitely don't come, you can be crying, praying, throwing your hands up and going to church every Sunday and whatever it is that you tend to do, but change doesn't come from there. Change comes from you doing something different. And maybe the crying is leading you to do something different, because if you cry enough, in the words of Abraham Hicks, right? Everything that we tend to go through, it causes us to ask for something new. for something different. Not focusing on how your life been up until this point, but more so focusing on what do you want. And another thing, okay, let me just say this before I get off here. So it was a guy who had wrote in up under one of my videos, and I think the video, it was called "You Can Have Your Desires" or something like that. And I said, you got to focus on what you want, right? And one of the things he said, yes, you have to focus on you want. Like, focus on no baby mama drama. Focus on not getting drunk. Like, it was a bunch of stuff. And I said, wait, hold on, okay? Oh, hey, Miss Harden, peace to you, baby. Peace to you, peace to you. Hey, NW, hey, what book is that and who is the author? Which book? Is it the Four Agreements? This is Don Miguel. Both of them is from Don Miguel. Both of them. Okay, all his books is pretty much like this. Okay. So, I don't... If you want to take a screenshot. Okay. Oh, greetings. Okay, from Mexico. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce. Oh, I'm having a honey better than great day, Billy. Okay. Francis, okay. Is it Pega US Kid, I think? All right. So, yeah, so the guy was saying, all this stuff like, oh yeah, but everything he said, it was, and I'm grateful for your guy for your comments, okay? But everything he said was an opposite. When you want to focus on when you and I know, because we've been conditioned to believe that, right? We've been conditioned to, if you ask, and oftentimes I say for you to do this, okay, for you to just see that it's true. Go to your friends or go to your family members and just do it. Just out the blue, just do it and say, what do you want from life? I guarantee you, they're going to tell you exactly what they don't want. They're going to tell you everything what they don't want. And you know why they do it? Okay. And I used to be one of those. The reason why is because we've been programmed to do it. We've been programmed to say and focus on what we don't want. Okay. And that's exactly why you keep getting more of what you don't want. Because let me tell you something. Energy grows where attention goes. Energy grows where attention goes. So if you constantly focusing on like, oh yeah, I don't want a guy that's abusive, guess what? You're going to meet someone that's like that, because that's where your mindset is going. Instead, you need to shift that. What do you want? Not what you don't want. What do you want? Oh, I want somebody that's loving, someone that is respectable. I want someone that is loyal to me. I want someone that is honest. I want someone that is willing to master themselves. I want someone that is a reader. Okay. I want someone that's a leader. Okay. And you got to say things like that, but also you got to become that. Okay. That's the part. All right. You have to become that, because we can say these things, and that's the beginning stages of you writing it down and saying all the things that you desire, but you cannot catfish this here universe. You get exactly a reflection of what you are. Okay. And so if you want something better, guess what? You have to become that better that you hope to see. And some people feel like, oh, well, I'm a vote and my life is going to change. You know what's going to change your life? You are looking for the change you are seeking is you. Okay. Because if you change your life is going to change. Now, does that mean that things that you see or you probably see on the news or read the papers, I don't do neither one of those things, but does that mean stuff bad don't happen? No, it doesn't mean that at all. Things still happen, but you have chosen to not pay attention to those things. Okay, you choose not to pay attention to that unless you want it to come into your reality. Now, if you want it to come in your reality, and you keep on doing the same exact thing. But if you don't, then you do something different. And that's why I study all day. That's exactly why. Okay, now I do watch, I don't watch that much TV, but I just was watching the show, Alex Cross. I was just watching that show. Yes, I was. I was watching that show. Okay. Another great book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Okay. The Magic of Thinking Big is a great read. All right. This is the books that I have on my table, my kitchen table. And then also The Richest Man in Babylon. If you are going through finances or something, anything like that, I highly recommend you get this book. All the successful people, let me tell you something. What success does, success leaves clues, okay? And all the successful people, they all talk about the same books. I listen to personal development on YouTube or something on Spotify, and whenever a successful person mention a book, what I do is I immediately put it in my Amazon cart and I go get the book. Okay. Like I just ordered Brian Tracy book. Okay. No excuses. And I immediately get the book, put it in the cart and get the book. Okay. Because success leaves clues. And if you say you desire to be successful, okay, success is not anything you chase. Okay. Success is you becoming that thing. All right. You have to become that. So if all the successful people I listen to personal development, whether it was Eric Thomas, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, Lisa Nichols, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, and all the ones I listen to, they always mention a good read, a good book. Okay. And I'll be quick to go get the book. All right. So you want to be mindful and always do what works for you. Okay. But let me tell you something. Let me say this before I get off here. When you go to change, let me just warn you, you will be faced with some adversity, but nothing that you cannot handle. Let me say it again. When you go to change, stuff is going to start showing up because the old version of you don't want you to change. And so certain things is going to show up. But if I can still do it, I know you can do it. I believe in you so much that I know you do have what it takes and it is possible for you. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to know that it's possible for you because it is. It is. And if one person or many people are able to change, you know different. It's all about choices that we tend to make. You can make a choice, whether you want to change or you don't want to change. You can make a choice. And with that being said, I love you guys. Peace.